Captain Marcus Chen adjusted his tactical visor as the transport ship Diplomatic Endeavor descended through the crimson atmosphere of Kethvar Prime. The Galactic Council had been clear in their instructions. Observe, document, and under no circumstances, interfere with the ongoing conflict between the Zephyrian Empire and the Kethvari Resistance. Remember, Captain. Ambassador Veltar's synthetic voice crackled through the comm. You are here as humanity's representative observer. The Council needs unbiased intelligence on both factions' military capabilities, nothing more. Marcus nodded, though the Centaurian diplomat couldn't see him. 3 years of diplomatic service had taught him the delicate dance of interstellar politics. Humanity was still the newcomer to the galactic stage, barely 2 decades since first contact. They couldn't afford to alienate anyone. The landing zone sat on a barren plateau overlooking the contested city of Morthek. From his observation post, Marcus could see the systematic bombardment of civilian districts by Zephyrian hover tanks, their plasma cannons reducing centuries-old structures to molten slag. The resistance fighters moved through the ruins like ghosts, their energy weapons creating brief flashes of azure light before they vanished into the rubble. For 3 days, Marcus documented everything. The Zephyrians' overwhelming technological advantage, the Kethvari's desperate guerrilla tactics, the mounting civilian casualties. His reports remained clinically objective, exactly as ordered. On the 4th day, everything changed. Marcus was updating his field notes when his proximity sensors screamed an alert. A Zephyrian patrol had stumbled upon a hidden refugee camp. In the valley below, dozens of Kethvari families with their young huddled in makeshift shelters. Through his enhanced scope, Marcus watched the patrol leader raise his weapon toward a group of children cowering behind their parents. The universal translator caught fragments of the exchange. Harboring insurgents. Final warning. As example must be made. Protocol demanded he remain hidden. The prime directive of non-interference was absolute. But as the Zephyrian's finger tightened on the trigger, Marcus made a choice that would echo across the galaxy. He moved. The human emerged from concealment like a force of nature, his military-grade exosuit amplifying his already considerable speed and strength. The first Zephyrian soldier barely had time to turn before Marcus's combat knife found the weak point between his armor plates. The second managed to raise his weapon before a precisely thrown rock, accelerated by the suit's kinetic enhancers, crushed his skull. What followed defied everything the galactic community believed about human capabilities. Marcus didn't just fight the patrol. He dismantled them with a methodical precision that spoke of years of specialized training. He used the environment itself as a weapon, ricocheting energy blasts off polished surfaces, triggering rock slides with explosive charges, turning the Zephyrians' own technology against them. But it was what happened next that truly marked him as something unprecedented. Instead of retreating to his observation post, Marcus stayed. He organized the refugees' evacuation, teaching them routes through the canyon systems his orbital surveys had mapped. He treated their wounded with his emergency medical supplies. When Zephyrian reinforcements arrived, they found not civilians to massacre, but empty camps and a lone human who seemed to anticipate their every move. Word spread quickly through both armies. The Zephyrians called him Kethmor, Death's Shadow. The Resistance dubbed him Saltharon, Hope's Flame. But to the refugees whose children still lived because of him, he was simply the Guardian. Marcus's tactical genius became legendary. He turned abandoned buildings into death traps, used the planet's unique magnetic fields to disrupt Zephyrian communications, and taught resistance cells advanced Earth military doctrines that multiplied their effectiveness tenfold. In 3 weeks, he had transformed a losing guerrilla war into a strategic stalemate. The Council's response was swift and predictable. Ambassador Veltar arrived personally, his anger barely contained behind diplomatic courtesy. You have violated every protocol, Captain Chen. The prime directive can go to hell, Marcus interrupted, not looking up from the tactical display he was studying with Kethvari commanders. You sent me to observe genocide. I chose to prevent it instead. This conflict is not humanity's concern. The Zephyrians are a founding member of the Council. The political ramifications are your problem now. Marcus finally turned to face the ambassador, and Veltar stepped back involuntarily. Something fundamental had changed in the human's eyes, a hardness that spoke of absolute conviction. I resign my commission, effective immediately. I am now a private citizen, exercising my right to self-determination. The Centaurian's mandibles clicked in frustration. The Council will not stand for this interference. Then tell the Council, Marcus said quietly, that they're welcome to come remove me personally. 3 months later, the Zephyrian Empire withdrew from HFY Prime. The official reason cited unacceptable casualty rates due to unexpected strategic complications. The unofficial reports, circulated in hushed tones throughout council chambers, spoke of something far more disturbing. A single human had fundamentally altered the balance of a war between spacefaring civilizations. Marcus never returned to Earth. The Kethavari resistance offered him citizenship, which he accepted with characteristic understatement. He established a military academy, teaching combined human Kethavari tactics to a new generation of defenders. Students came from across the galaxy to learn from the observer who became legend. Years later, when war correspondents asked about his decision to abandon his orders, Marcus would simply smile and quote an old human saying, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing." The galaxy had learned something that day on HFY Prime, something that would reshape interstellar politics for generations to come. Humanity possessed a unique quality that transcended military doctrine or technological advancement: the willingness to sacrifice everything for strangers who needed help. They called it many things in the various galactic languages, but the humans had a simpler term for it. They called it being human.